BBC News at 10 o'clock, I'm Stuart Ross. Pollux has told the BBC that there isn't any low he wouldn't stoop to when it comes to dealing with Advena following a standoff in a supermarket in Wakefield on Monday. 11 people were injured, and a man believed to be working for the organisation remains in critical condition. Our astronomy correspondent Cameron Robson says it's unlikely the Star Gods will let up on their campaign of vengeance anytime soon.
Of course, it's been evident since they first made landfall that there was something far graver transpiring between the Star Gods and Advena. We saw it in the way they fought, the way they spoke, the way they lashed out whenever the subject was brought up. There also seems to be a deep anger, a deep frustration at the government's overall response to the threat.
Ernie Roth has refused to consider a potential referendum on witchcraft. The Conservatives and United Britain have been pressuring the government to call a vote on whether or not to criminalise the practice, following a 20% rise in related offences last year. The Prime Minister has accused the parties of advocating for segregation. The Chancellor of Germany has said he would not rule out restricting the use of sentient weapons after the attacks in Hanover last April. 94 were killed after a swordsman rampaged through the municipality of Wedemark. Germany is one of the few nations in Europe that has not yet adopted EU guidelines on the use of sentient weaponry. But our international correspondent Liana Jones thinks that could soon change.
Chancellor Haas had previously said the European Union must respect the German people's right to defend themselves, and initially that the attacks would only help to reinforce his words. So this is a rather surprising U-turn on his part. A U-turn that seems to have been spurred on by his own ministers. It was only a few weeks ago that word was spreading that they would actually work to bring down the government.
The Dragons trade union Hydrus has warned that worse is to come after members occupied Tower Bridge yesterday in protest against the proposed scrapping of compensation schemes. The union says planned strike action next month will go ahead unless the government agrees to negotiations. The business secretary has defended the cuts as necessary and that the union should be more grateful. And it was a historic night for True Blue at the Brit Awards. The pop band won a record 6 categories, including Album of the Year and International Group. Alternative rock band Teacher's Pet took home the Breakthrough Act Award. BBC News are next.